Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. Forget about the cameras. We're going to add our own 10 pounds. On today's show, we have Miss Fannie Johnson, Miss Kim Rush, and Mr. Micahel Street. You're going to learn a lot. Stay tuned.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we have the wonderful Miss Fannie Johnson here today with us again. Thank you for coming back on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are the Executive Director of Love's Kitchen,
Yes.
and you've been doing this for how long?
Today is the 13-year anniversary.
Look at that. Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And y'all do so much for the community. But can you tell us exactly like some of the things that y'all do at Love's Kitchen?
Our main mission, of course, is feeding the people.
Right.
We feed the people who are hungry. We have homeless, we have older people on fixed incomes, we have people visiting for medical issues, we have people between bills who are trying to make a choice, do I pay my bill or do I eat? So we just feed the hungry people. The last few years, we've concentrated a little bit more on the outreach, working with different partners like Mississippi United to End the Homelessness is a group out of Jackson, and Mute. We work with them and help place people in homes.
Good.
Reach out to the communities and help them start off with the furniture and things that they need, so it's not such a struggle of them getting their own places. We're doing something today with the group out of Jackson, Open Arms, will be free medical screenings.
Excellent.
And we were able to help coordinate with some other agencies for showers. And we were able to use all the wonderful toiletries that we get from MCC. That was an easy project to plan because we had the beginnings of it because of
Sure.
MCC. We have the volunteer opportunities, y'all's nursing program. They come on Fridays when school is in session. We have other people who stop by and help. So at the end of the day, we're helping to feed people.
Right.
We've had clients who've been on both sides.
Sure.
They've been a client and they've been a volunteer.
Sure.
We've had clients we've been able to help get jobs.
Excellent.
So we're like that community kitchen, like at home where the kitchen is where people kind of hang out and do stuff. I kind of feel like we're that kitchen too, where the community comes together. We're that opportunity if people want to come volunteer, but we're also that place if you need something, we're going to get on the phone and find out who can help you. If we can't, we're going to find out who can.
And I know you're one of the best people who do that.
Thank you.
But you know, when someone comes in for lunch, you don't ask them questions
Nope.
like why are you here?
Nope.
You know, what's your income? Are you working? You know, you just have them come in and here's lunch.
Just get a plate.
Here's lunch for
Yep.
you, and with no questions,
No
no
questions.
hassles, and I really like that a lot. But the you know, we've noticed, or I seem to have noticed that, you know, we are, maybe I'm just more aware of there seem to be more homeless. And it's not just one segment of the population. You
Right.
can't say it's this age group, it's
Right.
this sex, it's this, or it's this reason. You know, there's no one size fits all. What do you think our biggest tools can be to help us with this problem of homelessness? Because it's not as simple as, well, you just need to go get a job.
Right.
It's not that simple.
It's not. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that you see are not homeless.
Okay.
Some of them have figured out that panhandling can make you real money.
Okay.
I've had some of them tell me they can make $500 if they hit in the right spot.
I had a family member do that.
Yeah.
She would go, she called it floating a sign. She'd go
Yes.
float a sign.
Yes. So it's not like that. Right now, it's not just go find a job. It's the resources out there, the organization I named before, Mute, they actually pay their bills anywhere from 3 months to a year, depending on their situation.
Okay.
They find a place, they put them in it. Sometimes it includes utilities, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
We have other agencies, we have shelters. We have Salvation Army, we have Multi-County, we have Care Lodge. So we have places that they can go stay, depending on their circumstances, their family setup. So in some cases, and I know a lot of people won't get this concept, but some of them enjoy that I don't know if gypsy, nomad, or right the word is. Because I've asked several before, what would it take for you to not to be homeless anymore? And this is a female who told me this. I like living in the woods. I like following no rules. I like nobody telling me what I can or cannot do. And nobody's going to change that.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, and I've talked to you about this before because I have family members who, you know, and that's exactly how I was introduced to Love's Kitchen, but told me, oh, you know, your house is boring. It's boring there. Everything you could want is right there.
Yes.
But it's boring, and they'd rather be out on the streets.
I
don't understand.
One of the camps last year, I don't know if it's still set up, but one of them had Transformers and everything where they could watch movies. One of the guys went and got the, you know, the pieces of flooring that are separate. His tent had flooring in it. So it's like they're comfortable, and then you can, if you decide to go to work, you can go panhandle, make hundreds of dollars maybe. And if you decide to just lay in the tent, you can. So in some situations, it's like that get up and go is just not there anymore. And I explained to, we had a donation this morning from the jail facility.
Okay.
And it was great. They even had donations that came from the inmates.
Oh, okay.
And we talked about how different people, and I told him one of the things Love's Kitchen strives to do is prevent homelessness. Because if you don't catch them before they get there, the pullback is hard. Because even me and you, we take a week off. Do you really want to go back to work that next Monday?
Oh.
So think about somebody who's been laying around for months or maybe even years.
Yep.
So, and then today, we got them new underwear. I've got a private donor that I can't name, but we've got money to do special projects with the homeless. So we went out and our church donated brand new towels. So they got everything they need, starting with the toiletries, new towels, new underwear, new t-shirts, new socks, shower shoes, everything. We had 9 people sign up. 1 person showed up. So in some cases, they just don't want it, and they've been out there for too long. So if we don't prevent it.
And sometimes you notice, because you were saying before about, you know, helping them with utilities, helping people with utilities and stuff like that. You know, sometimes it's a matter of helping them, you know, adding $100 to something so that have enough to pay a power bill, or so that have enough to pay.
We have agencies that do that.
Yes, because, you know, and they do this in other states as well, where you know, if you've got almost enough but not quite, they will help get you that so that you're not homeless.
Yes.
Do you see a lot of alcoholism and drug addiction?
Yes. We
with
have
the
a lot of
homeless?
that. We can tell when there's a new drug on the system. In the streets, we can kind of tell. Years ago, I remember one day, it's been a minute, but I think it was Spice or the bath salts. One of them came out. We'd called 3 different ambulances in one lunch, within an hour. We were calling back and forth. We've had to have security at Love's Kitchen now because we had to call the police so much. They would be fighting. I mean, there was one, I mean, you name it. And we get to the point where we kind of know what's happening. A lot of them still carry weapons to protect themselves. So it gets to a point where you don't know what you're dealing with some days because, and then some of them are functioning alcoholics. That's their life, and if they don't get to drink, they're a different person than if they're drunk. And I've had them tell me, call the popo. You know, I need 3 hots and a cot. You know, so it's to the point now where it's like we're just trying to feed them, and hopefully they get some nutrients in their body that are offset what the drugs and alcohol can do to them. And that's one reason we're excited about some of the medical stuff that's coming up. Had a call from Greater Meridian this morning. They're going to do something with us next month.
Wonderful.
So we're just excited about trying to cover the whole person, not just feeding them, but in some cases teaching them, you know, how to feed themselves, how to get out there on their own feet.
And as you said, or as we were talking about earlier, you know, it's not just that as simple as go get a job.
Right.
There's so much more involved in this. If someone wants to donate either their time or money, how can they get in touch with?
They can call me.
Okay.
601-693-1409. Leave a message, but I'll call back. I usually call back in a day or 2.
She always does.
Yeah, we will get back in touch with you. One thing that happened great this week was somebody called me and asked me what we needed. And if you can do that, that is greatly appreciated, because the toiletries, for example.
Sure.
If somebody had spent hundreds of dollars on new toiletries today, and I've already got hundreds of dollars sitting there, but we needed towels.
Sure.
So since they called us, they were able to buy what we needed. So our budget is being more effectively used if people ask us sometimes what we need. So we'd love for you to ask us. Call us in advance so we can go over some of the COVID rules and regulations, some of the food service rules and regulations. But Love's Kitchen is not here because of us, because of me, my staff, my board. We're here because of this community.
Yes.
And we
And
couldn't
it is
survive
such an important part of the community.
without this community.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for
I know
having
that
me.
you have another appointment very
Yes,
soon.
yes.
So we're going to let you go, but I want to have you back very soon to talk
Great.
about this some more.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
And we are back, and we have Mr. Micahel Street. How are you today?
Doing good today. Thank you for having me.
Now, you are the director of the Meridian Public Safety Academy.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Mm-hmm. Now, what does the Public Safety Academy do?
The academy is designed so that any citizen that would like to be either a reserve police officer or a part-time police officer or dedicate, some time to a police department and work in the role as a police officer, they can come to the academy where they have to be certified.
Okay.
And it's about an 8-month course. Meet 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Thursday nights, for about 4 hours each night.
Okay.
And they'll receive pretty much every class that a full-time officer receives in a full-time environment and at a full-time academy. So they'll have the same arrest powers and stuff as a full-time officer. They'll just have be a reservist or part-time officer. And, they'll get criminal law statutes, they'll get juvenile law statutes, they'll get motor vehicle statute laws. So it's pretty in-depth, and the knowledge that you walk away from for the money that it is you can't beat the value anywhere. And workforce development does a awesome job at hosting and sponsoring it.
So all of the classes take place at our Workforce Development Center?
All classes are at Workforce Development.
Okay.
Sure is. And they do an outstanding job at hosting that academy. It's one of the only few part-time academies that is sanctioned by the state.
Okay.
And it's one of the top in the state.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, if for our listeners, if you are interested in being, in attending the academy, what criteria, what do you have to do to get in?
They have to be 21 years of age, have
Okay.
a high school diploma or GED equivalent.
Okay.
They'll have to, pass a background.
Okay.
Have to get a physical.
Okay.
They'll have to pass a entrance PT exam.
Okay.
Where they have to run a mile and a half, do some push-ups and an agility run. All that's a timed events.
Okay.
But they only have to do like 50% to get in, and then upon completion of the course, they have to be able to pass it on the exit at 70%.
Okay.
But they'll get, what I tell everybody is, if you went to a shooting class, it would cost you what this whole academy cost.
Well, in fact, that's what I was about to ask. How much does it cost?
Yeah, it's about $400.
Okay.
Or $450. Miss Lynn Carey at the college, at the workplace, will tell them exactly how much it is. Send them a packet out.
Okay.
But they'll get shooting, driving, get defensive tactics. They get a lot of
are
survival
you just in the
stuff.
classroom, or do you?
No,
do
no,
you
they're out
take
in the
them?
field too. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they
Okay.
get the pursuit driving and everything just as a full-time academy. Every class that a full-time academy puts on, the part-time puts it on as well.
Now, I apologize for asking this because I really don't know, but you get, when they complete it, they get a certificate or some type of diploma?
Right. It's-
Okay. Now, can they only use that for Meridian?
No, it's statewide.
Okay, excellent.
So if they
Okay.
moved, it goes with them.
Okay.
What they'll do is they can self-sponsor, so anybody can do it without having to be associated with a department right now. Upon completion, which it does make them a little bit more marketable to a department if they already have the credentials. So then what they would do is give that certificate to the department. The department then petitions the state to get their professional certificate. And the professional certificate is sent to the department. And then upon their leaving, the department sends it back to the state, because the state owns the certificate. We never really own it.
Now, if someone, you said they could be a reserve officer or part-time, now could they work their way from this beginning here into like full-time?
We actually have.
That?
Oh, let me tell you what. This academy is, like I said, and I'm not just bragging on it because I'm associated with it, because it's been around for over 20 years. We have had individuals graduate this academy, go on to be chiefs of police, go on to be full-time officers who went on to be SWAT certified. So this has been a stepping stone here at MCC for over 20 years for a lot of officers. If you look right now, Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun started in this program.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a lot that have begun right here at MCC in the part-time academy who have gone to run departments, be department heads, and be full-time officers.
Now, I'm assuming that if they do go from part-time to full-time, would they then have to attend the
They would have to go to the full-time academy.
They would have to go to the, okay.
Yes.
So it's not, but that's a good stepping stone. It's a good way to get in.
Absolutely.
For $450.
Right.
And you said it's how many months? 8 months?
It's about 8 months.
About 8 months, 2 nights a week.
2 nights a week.
Okay.
And like I said, they get the wealth of knowledge in the law classes, and you get civil liability, all that as well. But the knowledge that they'll walk away from, and the awareness and the self-preservation, and just the accomplishment, for someone's self-esteem, to know that they were able to complete the academy, you can't put a price tag on any of it.
Now, how long have you been in charge of this?
I've been in charge over 12 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how many surprises have you had? You know, students that came in and you're like, okay, this is not going to work, and they've really turned around and surprised you.
We almost every class.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we have had some older gentlemen and ladies come in who have completed a career in one thing and already have a retirement going, and said, I've always wanted to be a police officer, but money kind of kept me back. Well, now I have a retirement, so I just want to give back to the community and want to try it out. So they come in, do it this way, realize that they love it, and then go on to be full-time certified and finish out another retirement through the law enforcement.
Excellent.
To the state.
Now, so you had said that if anybody's interested, they can call Miss Lynn Carey.
They call Miss
and they'll
Lynn
get a packet
Carey.
from her.
They'll get a packet from her.
So what is her number?
601-482, let me double check myself here.
Okay.
482-7445.
Okay. So just call her.
482-7445.
Just
Lynn
call
Carey.
her, and she will get a packet to them so they can begin the process.
Absolutely, and she can explain to them exactly what the steps are and what they have to have. And she's very good. She's very thorough. We wouldn't be able to survive without her, I don't believe.
Well, listen, thank you so much
Yeah,
for being
thank you
here,
for
and
having
I appreciate
us.
you talking about it.
All right, we appreciate you.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are back, and we have the wonderful Miss Kim Rush.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, you are the Director of Advising and Retention.
Yes, sir.
Yahoo, Yahoo.
Yay!
And you are here today because we got some good news.
Yes, the Women's Foundation of Mississippi has granted Meridian Community College a $40,000 grant to assist nursing students and nursing adjacent students who are in our health ed program.
Okay. So what do they have to do?
Apply.
Okay, apply.
Yes, apply for the grant through LaShondra Grady. I'll
Okay.
give her information. Her phone number is 601-484-8836, and her email is lgrady3@meridiancc.edu.
Okay.
And so she will email them the application, and they fill it out and ask basic information about, their name, their date of birth, what program they're in, what they need assistance with, and of course it has to be a documentation provided with that as well. And a committee will review it and help the student.
Excellent. Now, what kind of things can they ask for money for?
Literally,
Is it school related? Books, gas?
yes.
Okay, so they can get help with their textbooks, help with gas to get
Yes.
to and from school.
Yes, a lot of our
Scrubs?
students. Yes, a lot of our students who are in the nursing and health ed programs, their kids are in daycare. The daycare costs, of course, are always going up.
Oh my gosh,
We
yes.
will definitely assist with that as well. The sky's the limit. So depending on what the student has a need for, complete the application, give us the documentation, and we'll get to work on
Now,
it.
when you say documentation,
Mm-hmm.
all right, so say I need gas to go to and from
Yes.
school. What kind of documentation are we talking about here?
So with gas, a completed application saying, hey, I need assistance getting gas.
Okay,
So
so-
for example, a student, is having trouble paying their rent that month. So we'll definitely need the documentation that their rent, is due and that they need assistance with that.
Okay. Would they, I'm just throwing things out
Oh,
here now, but
perfect.
say if they needed a laptop, could we assist with that?
So we have a laptop loaner program.
Yes, I
knew
know
that.
of this.
Yes, and so what we want to make sure is that other resources students have tapped into those. But
Okay.
again, we have a laptop loaner program, so we'll definitely refer them to that resource first.
And the application for that is on our website.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so within what time frame?
So our goal is from the completed application, 48 hours, and it'll be done.
Excellent.
Yes, 'cause-
Meaning money given out.
Yes. And now we don't give the students money,
Right.
but we will if they have a light bill, a utility bill, daycare. We will pay that third party.
Excellent.
We do have gas cards available, and we also have a pantry as well for students to be able to get food.
Okay, now this is something that we'll have available for fall semester?
Yes, and spring
And spring
semester and
semester?
summer semester. It's a $40,000 for July 1, 2021 to July 1, 2022.
So we'll have this money until the money runs out?
Correct.
So we want to use this money to help
Correct.
to benefit as many students as we possibly
Correct.
can?
Yes, and we already have set aside to pay for 30 NCLEX exams. Those exams are $200 a piece, and so our
Yes.
goal is to assist 15 students in December and 15 students in May.
Excellent, excellent. Now, again, we're hoping, that you come in based on need.
Yes.
And use these wisely as
Correct.
much as possible.
Correct.
But you said it's for nursing and
Health-
nursing adjacent,
Yeah.
healthcare adjacent.
Correct.
Such as what type of programs?
And
are
I
we
have my
talking-
list.
Okay.
Dental assistant, dental hygiene, health HIT, the Health Information Technology Program, medical assisting technology, the PTA program, medical lab technology, respiratory care program, the surgical tech program, the radiology program, and our healthcare assistant program as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you are also Director of Advising and Retention,
Mm-hmm.
and I notice every time I go up there, we seem jammed.
Yes.
So are you able to breathe?
No. Which is a good thing. Come on.
This is a
Yes.
good problem to have.
Exactly. So students are either coming in, which we love, emailing, calling, which we love as well. So we are definitely in the peak of registration for the fall semester. So come on.
Well, we have, and I know that now there are so many ways to do it.
Yes.
And the turnaround from filling out an application
Yes.
and getting an advisor to call you
Yes,
back is
yes.
like no time.
Correct. It's almost immediate. What we want to do once a student has applied to MCC, we have all the documentation in. Within 48 hours, we definitely want to send you an email, get a call, whatever the case may be, to reach out to you and get you registered for classes.
And you're also very helpful as far as financial aid stuff is
Correct,
concerned and
correct.
getting them to the right people.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. And like I said, every time I go by there, and you know how much I used to love to come in your office and
Yes.
talk, but I'm like, I can't because she's busy.
Which is a great great thing.
Which is a great thing, and I want,
Definitely.
and our job depends on them.
Yes, yes.
So and I just noticed, and I'm just so pleased that we have so many ways now
Yes.
for students to register.
Definitely.
And we're getting ready, we're not stopping them from, they're signing up for their classes. Have you noticed any classes that seem to be just, they're going mad for?
Yes, Comp 2, full term online is full. We're trying to get a class added. Which is a great problem to have in
Sure.
July, to have classes, definitely
I was
classes
helping a
filled
student
up.
with a Comp 2 paper earlier this morning.
Well, look at that. And so
In the Success Center, yes.
So we're trying to get, a lot of students want to move back on campus,
Sure.
and be on campus, which I definitely understand. And so we're looking at options to get more seats added and to add more sections for classes.
Do you think it's just like a pressure release? We were away from campus our students were
Yes.
away from campus for so
For
long.
so long.
That now it's like whoosh.
Yes,
get
which
us
is
back.
great.
It is, and as I said, I don't mind being busy.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing this because this is what I love to do, and I know this is what you love to do as
Yes,
well.
definitely.
Do you see? Is there anything else coming up that we can talk about? We've got the fall coming up. People are still signing up for some of the.
Yes.
I think it's day 2 of summer term.
Yes.
Begins next week, I believe.
No,
Doesn't
it started, what's today, Wednesday, Thursday? It
Today
started
is Thursday.
Tuesday.
Oh, I lied.
Yes, so no more no more
lied.
classes for the summer.
Okay, no
'Cause
more
the classes
classes
are
for the summer.
only 4 weeks, so we're literally by tomorrow will
Right.
be a weekend. The
Right.
class will be 1/4 over.
Right. So you
We do
can't do
have
that.
liftoff coming up.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, that's July 12th. We will invite all of our first-time full-time
12th.
students. August 12th.
Yes.
We'll be coming in, and we will invite all of our first-time full-time students to come in. It'll be like a big pep rally.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get to understand their EagleNet account. If they have questions with financial aid, with housing, want to switch their schedules around, they'll be able to do all that day, and even move on campus.
Look, it's something that you look at, and when they first said what we're going to do with liftoff, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Because I'm used to doing it the old way, and
Oh,
when you
yeah.
get into the old patterns, sometimes new, you're like, what? And then the more I've gotten involved in
Yes.
it, and because I'm supposed to be in there and part of it, the more you're like, oh, okay. Why haven't we been doing this before?
Yes, I'm pretty pumped about it.
I
I
think
I
it's-
was used to the old way as well. Everyone come in and, and 100 and a couple 50 students, 75 come in. But I think if students already have their schedule, it takes the pressure off of us and
Yes.
advising as well. It's to go ahead and get a tour of the campus, get to meet, your teachers.
Get
You'll be
your-
able to- you'll
get
be
your
able to
ID,
do that.
get
Get
your-
your ID, get your decal, get your dorm room key.
Sure.
All that can be done on August 12th.
That is wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
and if
you.
would you give that information again about
Yes.
the how students can find out about the money?
Yes, so for students who are in our any of our nursing program, that is our LPN program, our ADN program, and our health ed programs, they're to contact LaShondra Grady. Her email address is lgrady3@meridiancc.edu, and her phone number is 601-484-8836.
Thank you, Ms. Rush.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
you being here.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
With so much uncertainty in our world, we are thankful for the heart and determination of those who have followed their calling in healthcare. They work tirelessly on the front lines every day to make a true difference in our community. At Meridian Community College, we take pride in training these heroes and are grateful for their service in this time of great need. These eagles found their wings at Meridian Community College.
On behalf of Matt Milner, our executive producer, and Josh Taylor, our media consultant, thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next week. Bye.